Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Complete My Collection channel. This right here is a series dedicated to hunting down the rare Funko Pops that I've wanted in my collection for a while now, but I started with a $0 budget. Current balance in this series is at $430.53. Honestly, not much has changed. I haven't sold anything that is in my inventory, but if you guys are ever interested in buying anything from my inventory, definitely check me out over on Whatnot. I have a code down below. You can get $15 off of your first purchase. I like to hold auctions there every now and then, and I also have some like buy it now stuff. So definitely check out that link down below if you haven't already. Also, side note, guys, I am trying to hit 70,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't usually ask this much, but if you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I think I'm maybe like 3,700 subscribers away from hitting 70,000, so that would be awesome to hit it before the end of the year. I know it's kind of a pipe dream, but if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. But with that being said, folks, we have a pretty solid balance. Today's video, I'm dedicated to going to both of the nerd store locations, see if I can find anything to check off of my rare Funko Pop list. I also got some special packages in the mail, guys, which I don't know, you guys are pretty darn generous, let's just put it that way. So stick around towards the end of the video to find out what I got in the mail, because it's pretty awesome. But with that being said, and without any further ado, let's get it started. Here we go. So I find myself at the Valley Fair Mall and over at the nerd store. I'm gonna go on in and see if they have any Funko Pops that I'm looking for on my grail list. I do have a good budget, so hopefully they've got something. Let's go check it out. First thing that catches my eye right as I walk in, guys, is this Kid Robot King or is this Kodos? I don't know, but do I need it in my collection? Probably, eventually. I don't know if it's $50 worth, but it's pretty awesome. But let's start off on this section, guys, right here of all their different Funko Pops. It looks like Disney is right here. Well, actually, we'll start off with the Harry Potter right here. Not really seeing anything that I need. No Harry Potter is on my list, but you kind of forget how many Harry Potter Pops that they make with how many different characters and variations there are. There's kind of a lot to digest. But wait a minute, I'm seeing something, guys. What is this? Fozzie Bear for 30... Wait a minute. Let me kind of look at the condition a little bit. That doesn't seem too bad for 35 bucks, and it's something that I'm looking for. Holy Toledo. Guys, I like never see this pop in the wild. The condition, I mean, it could be a little rough. It doesn't seem terrible. Like I said, I'll look it over a little bit more, but holy crap. Fozzie Bear, that's what I've been looking for. And after reviewing it a little bit closer, there are some munches a little bit on the back and top, but 35 bucks, even in that condition, I think that's an absolute steal, guys. So after this, I think I'll just need Mahamana and also Snoweth, and then we are Muppets complete. Holy cow, I did not expect to find this today. But other things that they have, Robin Hood is pretty awesome. Some of the original Up guys with Carl and Russell. Dang, Russell is totally tanked in price. My goodness, guys, he used to be like 100 bucks. What else do they have in here, guys? We got Flash from Zootopia. I'm actually kind of excited to see Zootopia too. I enjoyed the first movie, so that'll be fun to see his role in the second movie. It wasn't huge in the first one, but he is a memorable character. But yeah, I'm still, guys, speechless about this Fozzie Bear. And then taking a look at some of the other things that they have, guys, a bunch of different anime in here. Couple of chases, if you're into that. Trying to see if there's anything older. Sailor Moon's a little bit older, you don't see often. Castlevania, not technically anime, but some older pops that you don't see that are a little bit valuable. You can see some of the other ones on the back right there. A little bit of television. We got some Nickelodeon up in there. What else? We got Gru over here from Despicable Me. He's like the same price as that Fozzie Bear, which I honestly am still surprised that Fozzie's 35 bucks. What else we got in here? Original Turtles, which is cool. A little bit of Steven Universe. Original, I think, is that an original Shrek for 20 bucks? Has Shrek really gone down that much? Oh my goodness, guys. He used to be like an $80 to $100 pop. Anyways, we got Bubbles in here, which actually that seems like a pretty good deal with the convention sticker on there as well. Dang, we're finding all sorts of interesting deals. Coming on over to the other side, guys, we got a little bit of Marvel with some Spider-Man action. I actually got rid of a bunch of different Spider-Man pops that I had in my collection, including like Black Suit Spider-Man I don't have anymore. This Negative Suit Spider-Man. I'm trying to think, Iron Spider was one I got rid of, but I don't know. They're ones that I don't really want anymore, but they're still fun. I still appreciate them. A little bit of DC in here as well, and I guess there is some movies. Also, we have this Lilu right here from The Fifth Element that is definitely seen better days. It is a more expensive pop, but my goodness, that is definitely munched. You got good old RoboCop, which is a fun original pop. Pee-wee's always a good one. What else we got in here? Boondock Saints, Doc Holliday from Tombstone isn't bad either. Oh, and even Original Breakfast Club too. Damn, they've got a fun selection of stuff in here, guys. Universal Monsters with Frankenstein, some Stranger Things, Original X-Files right here as well. Lydia Deetz, Walking Dead. I mean, tons of like pretty solid, like somewhat horror related pieces. I think those are fun. Gotta give a shout out to my boy Crash Bandicoot. I have this one in my collection with the chase, but I do like the one with the jetpack. That one's fun too. A little bit of Star Wars Rebels with Ezra and Sabine right there. A little bit more video game Call of Duty with Frank Woods. I mean, they have a great selection today, guys. Oh my goodness. All right, over in their Grail case, I'm looking a little bit, seeing if there's anything I want to show off to you guys. You got a little Breaking Bad. You have a little bit of, what was something I saw? Pulp Fiction right there with Mia Wallace. That's awesome. Sir Hiss is cool. I mean, a little bit of everything. We have the Death Note pops, which aren't easy to find. Vikings as well. I mean, honestly, some really good grails, but I think the prize for me today was this Fozzie Bear. I've been looking for it for years, and I mean, condition is okay, but I mean, for being what, a 2012 pop, I think it's pretty good. This is coming home with me.
A few moments later.
Okay, here in Salt Lake City at Nerd Store number 2. I've only been here once. This will be the second time that I've ever been here. So interested to see if they'll have anything like the first store, if there's anything that I need inside of here. Let's go check it out. Made it on over to their Funko section. I'm curious to see what they've got. It's set up very similar to the other store in here. So far, I'm not noticing anything off the bat, but I'm not in the sections that, you know, of the things that I collect really yet. So we have Star Wars Rebels right here. A little bit of Fifth Brother, a little bit of Ezra. What else do we have in here? A little bit of television with some Stranger Things, Parks and Rec. We have some Addams Family, which is pretty cool to see, guys, with Wednesday and Pugsley. Barney's Fun from How I Met Your Mother. Trying to see what else, guys. Okay, Paul Atreides. I know some of the Doom Pops have some pretty good value. I don't think the Target exclusive does per se, but always be on the lookout for some of the Dune Pops, especially the normal Paul Atreides. Okay, this one's a fun one right here, guys. We have Poe from Kung Fu Panda. Definitely a fun one. I have this one in my collection. I do have Tigress. Don't have the Poe with that. Maybe eventually I have to pick that one up, but if you guys didn't know, there's only a couple of Poe Pops out there from Kung Fu Panda. That's one of them. A little bit of WWE, some sports in here. I love the Adam Sandler Pops with Billy Madison. That's really fun. Here's a cool one, guys. We have Jay right here from Jay and Silent Bob, the original one when this came out, 2013. A little bit of another one, and some more Boondock Saints back in there. We saw that at the first store. So keep on coming over here, guys. A little bit of Disney in here as well. Oh, a little bit of some cartoon action with some Powerpuff Girls with the Him Chase and the regular one. Shaun the Sheep is fun. Dot right there from the Animaniacs is pretty cool too. And coming back around to the other side, guys, more Marvel stuff. A lot of the Disney Plus shows in here. We have some X-Men as well. Nothing that I'm looking for though. Hamilton Pops, guys, definitely be on the lookout for those. Those have definitely been on the rise lately. A little bit of video games. Nuka Girl is always fun. Atreus from God of War, Kingdom Hearts, South Park, not video game related, but those always have some decent value as well. Kind of taking a look in here, we saw Castlevania at the first store, so it's cool to see, one of the more valuable ones here with Vlad. And then over here, guys, we got a little bit of Game of Thrones, some of the NFTs from that. Almost looks like this entire section is dedicated to Game of Thrones. A good mix of new stuff, a good mix of old stuff, but I really like the dragons. Those are really fun. The Icy Viserion is pretty sweet too. Now that they have a Grail case, whether or not they'll have something in there that I'm looking for, we'll have to go check it out. Also, one pop that I forgot to highlight while I was over here, guys. Shout out to my boy Ralph Wiggum. They've got 2 of them. He's one of my favorite Simpsons characters for sure.
I'm playing with Elmo.
And then over here, their Grail case, guys, they do have some fun things with like the Mabel Corn Mabel from Gravity Falls, Brennan from Step Brothers, original Jonathan Bender, Maine Coon. That's kind of cool. And if you didn't know, they made cats and dogs a part of the Pets line. Loch Ness Monster, George Harrison from the Beatles. Original Sting is awesome. Some fun WWE and UFC ones in there. I like that Sam Manson too. Then let's see what else. A Blue Mini's awesome. Ghostface, a fun original horror pop you don't see very often. A couple Kobe's. Yeah, lots of fun grails to look at. Nothing that I'm needing specifically, but this was definitely worth a visit.
The next day.
On my way home from both of the Nerd Store locations, I decided to go by Entertain Mart, and they actually had a decent selection. I passed up on a lot of this stuff, which I kind of regret doing, so maybe I'll have to go back this next time I visit and see if they have some more of the stuff that I passed up on. King Bob is an interesting one. It's one of the Minions pops that actually has some decent value. Goes between like $20 to $30, so maybe that was one that I should have picked up. Mulan, I think this is the the original Mulan, but unfortunately it doesn't have any value. I think it came out in like 2016, 2017, but an interesting one nonetheless, a little bit of an older one. This is probably the most faded like pop that I've ever seen on the front. Like the discoloring was crazy, so that's why I wanted to show that one off. But on the other side, they actually had some other pops that I found kind of interesting, guys. Kingsman, I know Eggsy, I think is his name from that line, is worth a good amount. We also have the Once Upon a Time pops, Captain Hook, Emma Swan, Snow White. Some of those can have some pretty good value as well. Logan, I'd like to think that one of these X-Men like Logan pops will go up in value once the X-Men start coming into the MCU more, but we have Gaston right here, which used to be a solid $40 to $50 pop, and it's definitely tanked in price, but still a fun one that people like to collect. Now, this is probably the one that I regret passing on the most. This goes for like $25 to $30, and the box was in really good shape, and for $10, maybe I shouldn't have passed up that Red Ranger, because that's one that you don't see quite too often. In their valuable case, guys, they had some Grease ones. They also had some more Once Upon a Time with Regina, all fairly, reasonably priced for the most part, between, $10 difference and things like that. So it wasn't too bad. One thing that caught my eye, which I thought had more value, was this pop right here, guys. Original Loki. And some of the pops that are on the back right here, guys, have some good value. Some of the Thors, like the Dark Elf that's on the back right there. So I don't know why this one's not worth more, considering it's like over like 11 years old. It's kind of interesting. Figured I'd show it off regardless. But in their other valuable case that they have, guys, Cyclops is one that's been going up, here and there. And also Black Phillip's another surprise one. Another one, Hannah Montana. I didn't even know that had value. I've been seeing that at Five Below like last year. I remember the Hex Girls 3-pack is always really good from Scooby-Doo. So definitely some interesting ones that surprised me, and some that I kind of knew had some pretty good value as well. Over in their video game section, I noticed a couple of different things. They've made so many different Overwatch pops, which not many of these have value that I'm aware of. There might be a couple like special edition ones that do. Winston is a fun one because he's like such a unique box shape. He's not like other like 6-inch pops, which I always think is kind of weird anytime I see it. But regardless, that was all I found at Entertainmart. Some fun stuff, nothing I picked up though. All right, back at home, and I was honestly shocked to find this guy, and for like $35 too, over at the first nerd store that we went to. Guys, this right here is the original Fozzie Bear from the Muppets.
Waka waka, who wants to hear a funny joke?
And like I said, the box isn't mint by any means, but for being a 2012 pop, I would say it's pretty darn solid. I think one of the Muppets pops that I have, I think it's like Dr. Teeth. His box is even worse than this one. And I paid a lot less for this figure right here. So I'll take it. I never find this one in store. It's honestly a hard one to track down online. Not sure why it was so cheap. Maybe I'd need to look into maybe the most like recent eBay solds and stuff like that. But for 35 bucks, I'll take it. But folks, let's go ahead and check it off the list. Add it on over to the shelf. And honestly, I am really excited to have this. All right, on to a couple things that I got in the mail, guys, and honestly, your generosity is just through the roof. This is so cool, the things that I got in the mail. First things first, this is coming from a viewer of the channel, guys. He reached out to me on Instagram and he said, hey, I want to send you something in the mail. And I said, okay, I got it in my P.O. box. Honestly, I did not expect to find this, guys, but this is something technically that I'm looking for, so shout out to Sean. Thank you so much. This right here, guys, is the original Boo Berry out of box. And yes, guys, if you're wondering, this is an authentic one. It has all the markings on the bottom. I don't know if you can read that super well, but this came out in 2011. So yeah, it's like about a 14-year-old pop. So now I want to see if maybe I can find a box for this guy. It'll probably be pretty darn difficult considering that, it's a pretty old pop and I don't think anybody's just got a box floating around for this one. But I guess for the time being, we can kind of like slightly check this off the list. Like I said, I'll keep my eyes open for a box for this, but Sean, thanks for sending this in the mail, man. I appreciate it. I'm still looking for a boxed Frankenberry as well. And I guess maybe a boxed Boo Berry, but for the time being, I'll take this. Thank you so much, Sean. And speaking of generosity, if you guys watched a video recently, my buddy Trev, we went and toured his collection. He's been on the channel a couple times now over at Pop City and everything. I was actually on a Whatnot auction not too long ago. It was Pop Savage, if you guys are familiar with him. He had a pop on there that was definitely on my list. I was buying it and everything. I kind of missed the whole like bidding process and everything like that. I was kind of a little bit busy, but my buddy Trev actually bought it and he told me, hey, this is for you. This is for free. And I was like, dude, are you sure this is a pretty hard to find pop? And he said, absolutely. So Trev, thank you so much for this, guys. This is coming from 2012, so a pretty old pop, 13-year-old pop. This is the original sunflower from Plants vs. Zombies. Oh my goodness, guys. This is such a cool pop. I have so many good memories playing Plants vs. Zombies PopCap games back in the day on that website. I don't remember how far I necessarily got in the game, but I loved playing it nonetheless. And this is a set that honestly, you just don't see the figures very often. I know I say that a lot on the channel, but there are a few that I'm still missing, like the Disco Zombie, Pea Shooter, and also the Conehead Zombie that you can see on the back right there. But Trev, thank you so much. Also, Pop Savage, thanks for sending this with care. Trev, your generosity is unmatched, so thank you again so much, but we can check it off the list. Add it on over to the shelf, and we are one step closer to completing the Plants vs. Zombies set. Wow, guys, what a week of videos. If you watched the last video and this video, there's just so many good things that happen, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below. What would you have bought at the stores that I went to? Would you have bought anything maybe from Entertain Mart, the Nerd Store? Let me know down below. Also, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You guys are awesome and the best like always. Remember to be kind to one another. Always promote positivity. I will see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.